But anyways, guys, we're going to talk about a few things. We're here definitely for a good time and not a long time. It is Sunday, March 29th, 2026, and there's a few things going on. Um, there was a very monumentous, record-breaking uh crowd gathering all over the country. You would be so remiss if you missed this thing. It was the No Kings protest, guys. It was just so breathtaking and great. It was definitely not paid for by George Soros and all these other people. It was organic as hell. It was great. First Amendment all over the place. It was great. We're gonna watch some clips in that. Also, we're gonna talk about that thing Lauren wanted to talk about selling, or excuse me, not selling, but spending Bitcoin. We're gonna talk about, can you buy Bitcoin with a house? We're also gonna talk a little bit about the war and what I think and what we think Trump's plan is to take over the island of Karg, gas prices and all that. But until then, guys, we're gonna just hang out and chill for a little bit. Hot tui on that thing, Fanny says. Well, backpack, you know better than us. I don't know anything about that. Yes, Trent, come up with it. Wait. Yes, Trent came up with it. Wait, I thought you said that about me accidentally flashing the complex last week.
I did say that.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Yes. I'm telling you, I would literally pay money to sit there and watch Trent and Jenny have a conversation in person.
It'd just be sarcasm back and forth.
Oh my God, that'd be so fucking funny, man. But it's still a business venture. It is. Well, it is. Jen, Baha, that was crazy. That was crazy. Yes. But anyways, guys, Bitcoin, Anthony just pointed out to me, has dipped a little bit. Let's take a look at that for a second. See what the hell's going on with that.
It is.
Yeah, on the hourly, it just dumped real hard and then came back up like a V.
Yeah, I did that. I do that sometimes too when I'm with some ladies. I just
pause
down and then I just come back up. I'm like, hey, give me a minute. But yeah. So no, we're going back up now.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a hard dip.
Yeah, it was.
Did it? Let me look at it.
Somebody got liquefied.
Somebody dumped, huh?
Yeah.
That is so. That had to be a lot of Bitcoin for that to do that.
Yeah.
That's what? How many you think? Had to be at least what? I don't know.
I'm not gonna scale, but to dip at 1,000 by your. I mean, if it was one person, it's a lot.
Yeah. More than that's a lot.
More than I got.
That's a lot.
So before we get started, I want to play a clip. This is from a couple of days ago. This is actually from the great Jeff Booth.
What is the implied purchase?
And he's talking about Bitcoin in today's dollar. Today's dollar is worth 43 million in today's dollar. Okay, and he explains why. And we're gonna look at that real quick. Then I'm gonna get your reactions on the back end. So let's take a look at that real quick.
Power of one Bitcoin. What is the implied purchasing power of one Bitcoin in today's purchasing power terms against, say, today's balance sheet?
$43 million. Today's value. The global balance sheet has about $900 trillion of assets. I'm using asset value. It's not perfect because if people had the entire money in their house, right, the value in their house, they're spending like they have that. 21 million divided by 900 trillion.
Okay, let me stop it right there. I don't want to stop it a bunch of times. I don't like that 900 trillion number.
It's a bad take.
Yeah, they've been talking about 900 trillion ever since I've been doing this since 2020, right? It's got to be fucking more than 900 trillion, in my personal opinion. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, it's like it's almost impossible to know.
Yeah, that's their guess on known currency. Like, there's tons of nobody knows how many the Saudi prince has. No one knows how much he has. So how can you factor that in? So, and then you're just taking averages on what people supposedly have in their bank accounts, and it's impossible to know.
Well, and how they got that number, I'd be interested to even see a rough draft of how they got that.
Someone
Yeah.
came up with it in a YouTube video 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's got to be if that number was real in 2020, that's when I first heard it. It's got to be in the twos, 2.1, 2.2 quadrillion. I'm just saying, if it was 900 trillion, then
If
Oh,
it's
great.
even close to that, though. Like, we don't know if it's way less or way up.
yes. Speaking of spending sats, where's Blunt Man? We would love to get our dog groomed while we are in Vegas and pay him in sats. Have you guys sent him a message about that?
Yeah, I messaged him.
Okay, Fanny, don't forget to stretch first. Mars sold 1.1 billion over the month though, March 4th through the 25th. Wow, what's up, Great Motion? How are you? I'm giving Trent a lot of work to do when he has to edit all this shit out. Does George know this plan? Who's George?
I'm getting better at it.
Hey, Gray. Good evening, fellas. Jor for the score. Jor, let me tell you something, brother. We was just talking about you, you and Rajab. Jor, the video you made on Saturday was a very good video, sir. It almost looked like you tore out of a page out of Jerry Loves Freedom's book and said, "Hey, let's talk about this." That was a good video. Okay? Because I was getting worried about you for a minute, Jor. I thought you were telling me politics doesn't matter and blah 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 blah. Good job, Jor. I literally put my pom poms on when I was watching that video, man. So great job on that. What'd you guys think about Jor's last video?
I didn't see it.
I watched too many of them.
Now,
No,
I
the
gotta
live-
go and go look at it.
The live on Saturday he did.
Okay.
Was that the one with Rajat? Oh wait,
No.
That's not Maple
The
Bitcoin.
one with the Trump theories. And
Oh
all the
yeah, I was in the chat on that one.
Yeah, that was a dope video, man.
Yeah. Well, he did. I like the way he phrased everything on there. Where I get it. It was a nice medium between politics and mindset, and it doesn't matter, but it kind of does. So it was. I felt like it was a nice neutral ground.
Well, the thing I like about Jor and his takes are he's very he puts a lot of nuance on it and he talks common sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, bro, I know some people like politics, some don't. Some people hate Trump, some people love Trump, but at the end of the day, this is what it is, right? And when he was laying everything out, I was like, I could not argue with that, bro. I was like, great job, man. You know what I'm saying? That was a really good video. Yes, it was good. Hey, my fave Canadian Democrat. Okay, sorry, I'm making Trent do a bunch of work when he has to edit
This is
video.
gonna be a rough one.
Let me get back to it. So all you gotta do is just cut out all this talk right here
Yeah.
and then go back to the video. Here we go.
You could actually probably divide it by 17 million instead of 21 million for lost coins.
Facts. Because it's not. Everybody keeps talking about 21 million. It's not 21 million. It's not going to be 21 million until the year 2140.
Did he say 17?
Yeah, 17.
Okay.
I'm between the high is 17, the low is 14 for me. Where you guys at with that?
I'm around the same ballpark. Yeah.
I think I'm in like that 17, 18 range.
Okay, 18, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and again, we always say 21 million. That's for our grandkids. The only one's going to be around during that is Trent. Trent will be around 2140, but I'll be.
I've been working out.
Yeah, I'll be dead for a couple of years. But George Trent is starting an OnlyFans style page, only sats. He says he's going to make some money with that.
All right, sounds like Jen's subscribing.
Yes, love the shout out the other day. Love the shafts. Love shafts. She says. I'm very sorry about this, Trent. You're gonna have to edit your. Thanks for the love, no doubt, George. Great job, buddy.
But and it would be a higher number. But so 43 million today's purchasing power. It's way more than that. By next month, the next month after, that 900 trillion won't be 900 trillion, and the debt underneath it won't be the debt underneath it. It'll expand greatly.
Okay, this is where I have a problem. Okay, again, if it was 900 trillion in 2020, and it's 900 trillion in 2026, how in 1 month is it not going to be 900 trillion? Can you explain that, Jeff Booth?
In defense, so didn't we increase the money supply by 40% between those 2 years?
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
We talk about it every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? George says only fats. Real shafts matter, Sharon says. Okay, well, what's the definition of real though? Because it gets a little cold sometimes, Sharon. Don't judge me. That would make money. Yes, it would. OnlyFans. Count Snackula. Count Snackula. I never heard of that person, sir. The trolls in the house.
If there's any sort of slowdown in debt coming in, an exponential rise of debt, then that 900 trillion will start collapsing. And as it starts to collapse, holding up the debt underneath it, the debt becomes insolvent and it collapses and every bank fails. So you know for sure the debt holding up that pyramid of assets, all of your assets are inside that debt's already insolvent. So that debt will expand. And that means, call it next year, instead of 900 trillion, it could be 1.1 quadrillion. And the debt will be that much, a whole lot bigger than it is today. And that imaginary value is tethered to imagining the debt is solvent. It's just a construct that is just a button that continue to push that extracts more from you. So if you had one of your houses of total value of houses and all real estate inside that 900 trillion is 250 trillion, your house is subject to all of this noise. And if there's way more printing, destruction of value, your house will go up relative to the printing. So if you went forward a year, then that 43 million will be a different number. I hate saying the number in that system because of this. It's just it's a mugs game. You can never win because you're comparing it to a system that's debasing all the time.
Facts. It's absolute facts. It is very difficult to measure something like I was gonna say so. Like Trent did today with his pipe. He's going for 6 inches, but he was a lot longer than that today, right? So when the measuring stick is broken, Sharon, that means it's very hard to measure something, right? And that's what people don't understand about the inflation. And by the way, I was doing some math on the side. Do you guys know off the top of your head, without doing any math, how much $1 would get you in sats, or $1 would get you sat wise for 43 million per Bitcoin?
43 million?
If Bitcoin is $43 million, like he said, it's worth 43 million today, he says. Okay, that's what he's saying. How many sats, if we woke up this morning and it was 43 million, how many sats are you going to get per dollar? Do you guys know?
43 cents?
No.
$1 a million.
I could have did it wrong.
Bro, I'm not even gonna try. Act like that.
You guys check my math on this. Check my math. I got 2.3 sats. That's what I got for $1 for $43 million Bitcoin.
I had it as $1 per million.
Yeah,
I was off.
So
that's crazy.
Long story short, today you're getting a lot more than that. 1,500 sats right now. Put this back on. 1,500 sats, and they're worth. And you're only supposed to be getting 2.3, and you're getting 1,500. Are you stacking hard enough? That's the question, right? That's the age-old question.
And people aren't measuring the debasement rate. They're not measuring how much debt is expanding. So they're it's almost insane to measure Bitcoin price in those dollar terms. But if you talk about purchasing power, then purchasing power would be $43 million today for one Bitcoin, as long as it stays decentralized and secure. But it's way greater than that, because that's today, and you know for sure that against the decentralized and secure thing bounded by energy, prices fall. So the $43 million, because prices fall forever against it, the purchasing power of that would be infinite in time.
Wow. That's incredible, man. What do you guys think about that?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like it gets a little geeky for me. You got, like I always preach on my channel. I'm not the most like, I don't get into all the technicals and stuff. But I will say this is that, I mean, at the end of the day, I try to keep it simple. I know he's like trying to make a projection for long term and stuff, which is great. But the dollar's gonna continue to fall, Bitcoin's gonna continue to go up. So, that's just the way. That's the mindset I keep. I know I'm in it for the long game, and that's just the way I try to keep it, because that stuff can get heavy.
Yeah, I'm not really into the Bitcoin divided by infinity philosophy. And I know in theory that is true, but we're looking at a world that's far past our probably even our lifespans, that it's irrelevant to even talk about.
Yes, I agree with both you guys. The thing is, when they're saying this, they're talking about basically Bitcoin being the ultimate money, and everything is divided by Bitcoin, right? Meaning there's no other money, and that's it. The
It's not
problem with
even
that,
just the most. It's not even just the ultimate money. It's the only asset, because
yes,
they factor in by all assets.
right, exactly. And that's even as crazy Bitcoin maxis like us, we know that that's probably not true because, again, what you guys just said, and also there's going to be competition. There's still going to be fiat currencies. There's going to be some countries going to have some CBDCs, whether we want to admit that or not. Some countries are going to use gold back money. Some countries are going to use stable coins. Some people are going to use different cryptocurrencies, precious metals, and the like. So we know Bitcoin's the hardest money, but again, it's still a brand new thing. And just because I'm the type of person as I don't talk about or live in a world that I want. I talk about and live in a world that I actually live in, and that's what we gotta understand. So again, this is why I don't like living in an echo chamber. I listen to both sides of arguments, whether it's a pro Bitcoin, anti Bitcoin, because when I first got into Bitcoin, I wanted to see everything what was wrong with it. And I would type in things like, what's wrong with Bitcoin? How can it be stopped? Blah, 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 blah. Because he said something very interesting there. What did he say? If it stays secure and decentralized and blah, 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 blah. And that's true, right? Because it's not 100% guaranteed that, it's going to be what it is. There's going to be a lot of attack vectors and things like that. That's why I say don't vote Democrat. And we have to watch out for those things. But in order to strengthen that network, that's why we do shows like this. So.